Let us revisit Dogecoin. I've made several videos on Dogecoin before on this channel, and usually the Dogecoin videos tend to outperform average videos. In other words, there is a lot of retail interest for Dogecoin. Now, does that mean that also the price will go further up from here? Let's have a look at some data most people are not considering. Now, let me give you an insight into the YouTube statistics here. Here's a Dogecoin video published 15 days ago, and the average video is here in gray. This is normally how an average video performs, and in blue is what that Dogecoin video performed. It made 4.7 times more views than an average video. Another Dogecoin video followed 2.1 times more views, and here's another one 3.2 times, 2.6 times, and 3.3 times. And so what's going on with all of that retail interest? Why are so many people suddenly interested in Doge? Of course, the price of Doge went up, but probably the main question on everybody's mind is how much higher can Dogecoin get from here? Because that's a general game with crypto, right? We try to figure out the expected value of a bet. We try to find out what's the potential upside, but also what's the potential risk, and how likely are those two scenarios going to happen. Thus, nobody knows for sure where something will go, right? Nobody can predict prices, but we can figure out if currently a bet makes sense or if it's rather better to stay away. Now, Dogecoin is the largest of the meme coins in all of crypto, and the meme coin market is huge. So the market cap of all of Doge is approaching 60 billion, and the number 2, which is Shiba Inu, has only a fourth of that size. The newest joiner in the top 10 is Peanut, and that has only 1/60th of the size. When we look at all the meme coins that are listed in CoinGecko, we've got more than 3,000 tokens. Of course, outside of CoinGecko, there are tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of meme coins. And so Dogecoin is number 1. How much higher can it potentially go when we simply just compare market caps? Here are the largest cryptocurrencies overall, not just the meme coin market, and there Dogecoin is at number 7. Let's say we speculate on Dogecoin hitting $1. What would be the market cap? It would be 2.5x the current market cap, which puts it at 147 billion. So even above the largest of the stablecoins, Tether, also above Solana. Only Bitcoin and Ethereum would be larger than Doge. And so that's definitely a very optimistic scenario, right? I'm not saying it cannot happen, but I do think that simply just in terms of outperformance versus the rest of the market, a 2.5x is not that easily achievable. Now, most retail investors, they tend to buy an altcoin and then hold it for the very long term, hoping that it will appreciate. The very large investors, the whales, they tend to buy and sell much more actively. Now, let's go back in time. Let's have a look at many years ago when Dogecoin just launched. How was it at that time relative to other cryptocurrencies? There's a very interesting website, and that is coinmarketcap.com/historical. On that website, we can see the crypto rankings at different points in time. It starts in 2013 and of course goes all the way to today. And this is a very nice reminder of history. Let's go to the beginning of Doge in December of 2013. This is how the top 100 looked at that point in time. No surprise, of course, Bitcoin is at number 1. There is a bit of a surprise. Litecoin is at number 2. Ethereum wasn't yet around. And where do we have Dogecoin? We've got Dogecoin at number 15. So relatively speaking, Dogecoin climbed up the ladder. Again, now it's at number 7. But here is, I believe, a very important takeaway from this table. Just have a look at those names over here. How many of those names do you actually recognize? Do you still recognize NXT or Namecoin or Quark or BitShares? The WorldCoin is not the WorldCoin we know today. This is another WorldCoin. We've got Memecoin, PrimeCoin, InfiniteCoin, Feathercoin. And yes, we do have here our Dogecoin. But just have a look at this list, right? You probably don't remember a lot of those kinds of cryptocurrencies. 90%, 95%, maybe even more, got completely forgotten. And so this tells us that maybe buying and holding a cryptocurrency over many years, an altcoin, not necessarily Bitcoin, but an altcoin over many years is a very risky endeavor. But then there's the counter argument. And that counter argument is over here, right? This is Dogecoin over the very long term. If you bet on the right token, of course, you can make nice money. Let's have a look at the chart in logarithmic form. Since launch, Dogecoin went up by 178,000%. At the same time though, Bitcoin also went up. So the question is, did we get enough outperformance to compensate for, say, 90% of losers, or maybe even 95% of losers? What we have got over here is again this long-term chart, but this time we divide the Dogecoin price by the Bitcoin price. So we look at the long-term outperformance relative to Bitcoin. How much more performance did we get by buying Dogecoin compared to just buying Bitcoin? And the answer is over here. The outperformance is 1100%, a 10x, a bit more than that. And that happened with a lot of volatility, right? We tend to be trading in somewhat of a range. And now we are somewhere in the middle of the upper range here. It is interesting how those bottoms align quite nicely here, right? It seems like there's some kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy effect. Maybe enough people are watching charts like this. But then again, right? Let's work with this bullish case. Let's say we hit the upper bound of that trading range. That would be an appreciation of 170%, or the magical 2.5x roughly that we already talked about. That's probably not hyper likely, at least long term. Could we get there a day or two? Potentially. Is it worth the risk? I'm not sure. It seems like most of the time when we shot up that quickly, as we have recently, we tended to rather trickle downwards subsequently. Now here's another way to look at this. This is the Dogecoin dominance. So dominance simply just looks at how much of all of cryptocurrency's market cap, the entire cryptocurrency space, is now tied up in Doge. Or another way to phrase this, how important is Dogecoin relative to all of crypto right now? And unfortunately, this chart doesn't go that far back into the past, but still, we are now at very similar levels to what we had seen in October of 2022. And the best case upside is maybe plus 100%, a bit more than that. Since that recent rally, even though the Dogecoin price went up, it did not outperform since the 13th of November. Now, the crypto market as a whole is currently expanding very, very quickly. And I like to look at the stablecoin market cap to determine whether or not we are currently in a bull market or in a bear market. And that is the chart we see over here. Sometimes we see the stablecoin market cap going up, sometimes we see it going down. And the reason why I like this chart so much is because it has very little volatility, right? It doesn't go erratically up and down like the Bitcoin price or like the Dogecoin price. It has very clear trends. What happened over here was the DeFi collapse of the Anchor protocol, right? So this is when Terra Luna went bust. This is when the UST stablecoin depegged. This is when a lot of people withdrew money from crypto. It started a whole bear market, and during that bear market, Bitcoin went from 69K all the way down to 16K, and also FTX collapsed during that bear market. Since October of last year, we see an expansion of the stablecoin market cap again, and that expansion is recently accelerating. Now, the reason why this chart is so useful is not just because we can see clearly the trend where currently the crypto market is at. What's also nice about it is that we can deterministically say that currently money is flowing into crypto, as in traditional finance, the traditional finance world is moving fiat into the crypto space. Because whenever this is going up, this means that you send, for example, your US dollars to Binance, and Binance then sends this to a custodian of stablecoins, let's say Tether. Tether then takes custody of your money, right? It puts it in some kind of bank account or in some kind of bonds, and then mints the tokens on the blockchain. And we can see the Tether minting here in this chart. And so the exact opposite happens when this is going down. This is when you withdraw your fiat currency from Binance. And so I think there's roughly 177 billion reasons to believe that the price of crypto is likely going to continue to rise from here, all of crypto. And so this is what I mean with all of crypto, right? Crypto is highly correlated to one another. When Bitcoin goes up, then all the altcoins go up as well, but they don't go up to the same degree. Here are the top 100 altcoins in the last 7 days ordered by their performance. And the best performer was Stellar with a bit over 100%. But have a look at this. This is the best performing meme coins in the last 7 days. And we've got Chill Guy with more than 3000% in the last 7 days. We talked about Chill Guy several times on this channel, but we also talked about the Doge token several times on this channel when it was still very, very cheap. Now, Doge is the largest of the meme coins on the Solana blockchain that had been launched with Pump.fun. So Pump.fun is the launchpad of meme coins on Solana. There's a lot of trading happening over there, and Doge has the largest market cap. Now, I made a video on Doge when it was still at 24 cents. That was on the 16th of October. Subsequently, the price went up by more than 500%. Now recently it came down again a bit. And so I tried to find tokens that currently have positive momentum, that still have a lot of upside potential. Tokens that can still do the 3, 4, 5x's that are probably not possible anymore with the larger tokens. So if you're interested in being early in those kind of bets, then feel free to subscribe to this channel, right? I publish videos regularly here. Now, how did I find out about the Doge token, for example, that early? The answer is wallet tracking. Have a look at this. Influencer Kyle Chessy bought the Doge token already at 14 cents. So that was over here. Subsequently, the price went up by more than 800%. Now, what is wallet tracking? The blockchain is completely transparent, right? We can see who's buying, who's selling. The only difficult part is to find out what are the wallets that are important, who owns what kind of wallets actually make money. And so here is Kyle Chessy. He's got more than 130,000 subscribers. He's the person that bought gold early. And so through on-chain analytics, we found 12 of his wallets. We always get a signal when he's buying or selling something. Or have a look at this alert from today. Bankless bought the Clanker token for $53. Since then, the price went up by 57%. Again, that's in a matter of a few hours. And have a look at this below, right? This is the on-chain analytics that one of our moderators performed on the token. Here's the Bankless channel. They've got almost 250,000 subscribers. And of course, when they talk about a token, this generates a lot of attention, and attention then means purchases, and purchases mean a rising price. We only have 2 of Bankless's wallets, but we try to find more. Again, we use on-chain analytics, and we have our people in the chats that use various methods to find wallets of people that move markets. I want to share one more trade, and it's probably the most impressive of the trades because it turns a microcap into a pretty large pump and dump. This was on November 23rd. The Martini guy bought the Moon token on Pump.fun, right? We already talked about Pump.fun, and he did this at a price of 4012. This is how that developed. Once it got traded on Radium, it went up by more than 1000%. Now it's at 4034. So even after the dump, we are still up by roughly 3x. That's how early those kind of signals are. Here is the Martini guy. He's got 150,000 subscribers roughly. And here are the wallets that we track by this guy, 12 in total. We now have exactly 500 wallets in our tracking. So it's not just the 3 influencers that I just mentioned, we've got way more. And so this is, I believe, the real way to make money in crypto, right? You want to know things that most people don't know. How else can you buy lower than others and sell higher than others if you don't have a market edge, if you don't know more than others? It's better to be very closely to the people that buy early and then potentially sell when all the masses come. And so I like this strategy so much that I made a dedicated tutorial section just on this topic. It is 8 videos in total. It's about how to find influencer wallets, it's how to set up the tracking for the influencer wallets, and it's also how to interpret the signals that we get from the tracking. It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. It's down below, thebitcoinstrader.com. Premium is not just about wallet tracking, it's also about on-chain analytics, it's also about risk mitigation, portfolio diversification, it's also about the backtesting. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total in premium. And so once we've got a signal, we of course also have to discuss when should we buy, when should we sell, what are the current on-chain analytics, etc. That's why we've got dedicated chats on the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $125 per month. The price will increase next week, so you can lock in still this old price and keep that old price. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you do not like premium, just message me within the first week and I refund you 100%. There's really 0 risk for you. And so does it make sense to keep on holding Dogecoin? Potentially, right? The overall crypto market is expanding, so the US dollar price of Doge is likely going to go up as well. Will it continue to outperform Bitcoin? I'm not so sure. I think the best risk to reward is now in other places. It's especially in the smaller meme coins. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video, or see you in premium. Cheers.